on my social network to look. I still haven't fully decided on the title or 100% what it's going to do, but the plan is that it connects people that are enthusiastic about diving or climbing in a space where they can kind of talk about how awesome their travels have been and what they've explored, and kind of give suggestions to others that are interested in this. So I based it off of Twitter and Facebook. And so this is the first page, and then you would go in and, whoa, sorry, you get all the guides. But you would start putting in like your favorite city or where you're from and what activities you like, and just like very general information. And the third place would be where you can start putting in more specific information about your activity that you've done. So this was the beginning, and I haven't fully sorted out what the page will look like for the user, but I've started doing this in HTML, and Matt helped me make it so that when you go somewhere using Polymer, you can kind of get to where you're going. This doesn't work because I was playing with it right before I presented, but this is kind of what it'll look like, so that I'm hoping that it can zoom out so that it can kind of just do pinpoints on where you've been. And then when you zoom in, you can get more specific information for people that are interested in going to those places or have been and want to also comment on it. And if we go back, when you join, it will go to like the page 2 that I showed you, which once again is not quite there yet, but we'll hopefully start asking you the prompting questions so that you know more about you and what you're interested in. So that's what I did this week.
Okay. You just used Photoshop for your wireframe, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I played a little bit with mockup, and I was using PhoneGap, which I learned for the hackathon last weekend. So I was playing with that a bit. But I realized that making an app was really hard since I'd never done it before, and making a web page was much easier because I have. So I spent like a day and a half playing on PhoneGap and kind of abandoned it because it wasn't doing what I asked.
Cordova and PhoneGap, they do have a little bit of a learning curve, especially if you're trying to put a Google map into it.
Yeah.
I know that from firsthand experience, but if you do need any, if you do need to look over like a working Cordova application, just let me know and I'll let you take a look at some of my code.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like decent when I was reading tutorials. Like it seems kind of like it's HTML and it'll be happy. And then I started doing it and I'd be like, where is
And it's
everything?
not quite as happy as you think.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I swear to God, I put a button in.
Once it does have a bit of a learning curve, but once you get the hang of it, it's a good substitution. Of course, it's not as good as programming natively, but
Yeah.
you know, when you're pressed for time, it's a quick.
Kind of just playing around with the way it's gonna look.
Yeah, exactly. So back to your wireframing stuff. Was there a reason why you didn't choose the your other program over Photoshop, or did you just?
I know Photoshop and I like it.
Okay.
The mock-up seemed great. I know Photoshop.
You're just more familiar with it.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
And
just curious.
as I was having kind of a stressful week, I just didn't want to invest a ton of time.
In those
learning
weeks,
something new.
sometimes, you want to get something.
I know that like in the long run, it'll probably be helpful for me to learn that, and that's
Yeah.
kind of my weekend goal. But for the 4 days here, I just wanted to kind of like play on Photoshop
For sure.
and change colors and stuff. So yes,
Okay.
future
Excellent.
Photoshop videos.
Thanks, Rob.
Congratulations.